but I'm looking at it right now.
And I think we're live. Just give rid of this little so I can see.
As long as it says a little yellow live.
It does. Welcome, everybody, to episode, now I'm being told it's 63 of Living Room Clutter. I am JC Lexicon. Now, normally, I'm not the one that necessarily hosts this, but Sid and Keith were unable to make it, so...
Yeah, and Dave's outdoors in Pokemon Go Central, down by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in downtown Cleveland.
This is weird. I'm hearing the echo.
You're hearing an echo.
Yeah. That might
be better.
That sounds better. All right, so take two. Welcome to Living Room Clutter. I'm one of your hosts, JC Lexicon. Joining me, as he always does, from his porch, I believe, is Dave Space. What's going on?
Actually, not from the porch, from Pokemon Go Central, downtown Cleveland, by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding.
That's awesome. No, I'm by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And you're going to be there for 45 minutes and having people walk by wondering what you're doing.
And then they're going to catch Dragonites and Dratinis, and I'm just going to sit here.
I missed a Dragonair in some place, but I got a Jolteon in the wild somewhere.
Dude, down here, there are lures and stops everywhere. There are Pokemon on rapid basis. I caught a Slowbro that's like a 15-something CP. Like, holy crap.
Bro. Tell it again. All right. This is not going
anyway.
Pokemon, which you can also check out on dayspace.com if you're interested. But let's get right into the Rock Band news. The first thing is, of course, what came out yesterday, and that is, let me just get it up here. Harmonix is sponsoring a driver by the name of Eric Jones in the upcoming NASCAR Xfinity Series Zippo 200 at the Glen, which is a racetrack in Watkins Glen, New York. And this guy is supposedly very good. He's finished in the top 5, 11 out of 19 races, or of the last 19 races he's done. And now the reason why that number is significant is because, and this is where it gets interesting, if Eric Jones places in the top 5 in this race, which is going to be this Saturday, August the 6th, Harmonix is going to reveal the rest of August's DLC early.
That is a crazy move.
Not that crazy.
I mean, it's awesome. It's kind of irritating that means they know the DLC every month in advance and they never tell us.
Well, welcome to game development.
Yeah, that proves that it's not like a licensing thing where like they know the artist, but they don't necessarily know the songs that far in advance. But the cool thing is here, I don't know, maybe I'll watch NASCAR.
Maybe. I think that's their plan, though. I mean, I can see, I mean, it's not in a 500 series race, but still, that's a lot of eyeballs viewing potentially your brand. And I mean, this isn't the first time. Look at last year with Forza Horizon 5, those skins.
Yeah.
And then also in for promoting Rock Band 2, they teamed up with GameStop to promote a car as well. So this isn't even the first time they've done that.
Rhythm racing game coming from Harmonix soon?
Well, you know, they did do that. If they could combine stuff like elements of a City Sleeps and Record Run with something like a Forza 3
or
like
or iToy Antigraph.
Yeah,
which is also their
anti-race.
Actually, imagine a racing game in which there were like extra note buttons maybe on the shoulders or something that like you could, by playing rhythmically, you could be like you could get a boost and go faster or something. That could be really fun.
Kind of interesting. It reminds me of like with Rock Band Blitz, we're using the shoulder buttons you could either use them to switch lanes or also hit buttons in the lanes, depending on what used.
That or maybe like an actual racing game that relies on using lanes and switching back and forth to rhythm.
That'd be
all right.
Cool.
Harmonix, I'm claiming that idea right now on August 3rd, 2016.
And
it's my
Ashley
idea.
Makes a cameo.
Hi, Ashley. She's catching Pokemon. She probably came over here to be like, there's a Dragonite that you missed or something, and that'll be
I missed one last week. I mean, my location was in Times Square at the time. I wasn't actually in New York, but I was a little bummed out. Now, the reason why I mentioned the car thing first is because that segues directly into the next piece of news, which is about all the artists for August were also revealed on Monday, along with this week's DLC.
Okay.
Lapras, that's still a good. We're trying not to get too sidetracked with Pokemon Go
Pokemon.
stuff, but it's sweeping the nation. All right, so I've got the list here. So, and I just I had a picture. Basically, it's the same one song per artist thing that it's been since June, and
Okay.
so this week's artist, not discounting this week's DLC, which we're going to get to in a minute. The Barbazons, Belinda Carlisle, Hart,
Uh,
Jason Mraz, Nicki Minaj, Tonic, Vertical Horizon, and Winger. And the two I did not mention were Counting Crows and Robin Thicke featuring Pharrell, because that's what this week's DLC was. So, Dave, what are your thoughts?
Very concerned about Nicki Minaj.
Welcome to Modern Thinking 101. If it sells, it's going to be in this game. And I have a feeling I know exactly what song it's going to be.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom.
Oh God.
It was in Fantasia. It's probably got a tricky drum part. It's got some good harmonies. I mean, I think it could be Starships too, to be honest, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was
actually Starships would be way more exciting to me. I think Starships would be more fun.
Vocally, I would agree, but instrumentally, not so much, because it's the chorus the chorus almost feels like a quasi dubstep song, which is not the first time we've said that about a song in Rock Band.
But if we're getting Nicki Minaj, don't we kind of want vocals? Now, I'll tell you what my most excited artist on this list is, which may be against some of the other people in the audience's opinion.
Ooh, Dave's going to be a rebel.
I want the Jason Mraz song. I don't know what it would be, but I love all his music, and any of that will be super fun on vocals and guitar. So
you would like that Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I would.
I have a feeling it's going to be I'm Yours, because that is a song I know and love.
And it would have amazing harmonies.
Oh, definitely. But I would also I wouldn't be against the Remedy, because that also sounds like the vocals would be quite tricky.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm Yours would be actually top of my list, I think, now that you say it.
But there's some other ones in here that are up there.
Nothing they release is going to disappoint me, honestly, from him, so that's good.
That's true. The Barbazons is something that I'm glad is actually finally coming. For those of you that don't remember, back in November, Harmonix teamed up with the gay dating app Scruff to promote stuff. You could get a shirt for them in the game, and then you could go to the website, which I tested it, and it does still work. So Bad Catholics is finally going to be available to everybody. Hooray! You could still get it for free if you want, but still support the developers, people.
Meow Mix, man. I want it for Meow Mix. Or Meow Mode, or whatever they called it. What was it, Meow Mode?
Yeah, Meow Mode. That would be funny. Belinda Carlisle, I'm very much excited for it to be Heaven is a Place on Earth, because that'll have some great harmonies, and it's another 80s pop song. But what's funny is that I also have heard the MXPX cover of that song, and it's not too bad.
Yeah. No, that would be great. I don't know. I'll tell you, the rest of this list is not the most exciting things here to me, but good for.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, it does fit with the trends of the last few months, especially with stuff like Tonic, obviously Counting Crows this week, Vertical Horizon later in the month, and that's another band that I think is probably going to be Everything You Want, because that's their biggest charting single. But I know Sid was predicting You're a God. I listened to that. It's okay. It sounds repetitive, but I mean, at least with the Rock Band has made me more interested in Gin Blossoms and Blues Traveler for sure.
I really like getting these popular top hit kind of songs. Look, as much as I would like a lot of things that I don't think we're ever getting, lots of classic rock and things, these top hits are what, when I have friends who come over who've never played Rock Band or are intimidated by the instruments and they're fun to sing, they're happy. And I buy all this stuff. So, I mean, this is good DLC, and this will sell, and selling supports Harmonix, and Harmonix being supported means Rock Band in the future and more updates after Rivals, and that we can continue going on. We've said it a bazillion times. This is good. All of this.
To the future. I'm just typing a message, so act natural.
It,
One of the ones I'm also really, really excited for is Tonic, because If You Could Only See is a song from Band Hero that I really liked, and I have a really strong feeling that's the one they're going with, which is good because it's got some nice harmonies, and the guitar should also be quite fun too for a middle of the road song.
yeah, it was fun on Band Hero. That is true. That is a good point. It was top tier Band Hero songs of the very little Band Hero that I actually played, which was mostly Taylor Swift, which is why Band Hero gets slowly moved down my list of favorite rhythm games.
I seriously think if Rock Band is getting Taylor Swift, it's not going to be right now, and it's not going to be just a 3-pack.
You think it won't be just a 3-pack?
I think it'll be 6.
Really?
I think so. Well, think about it. You need to have at least 2 from 1989 right off the bat, but then you need to fit in stuff like You Belong With Me and Love Story, and then maybe a song from Speak Now or a song from the first album. And that's why I think if they're going to go for a big act like Taylor Swift, I actually wouldn't even be surprised if half of that pack is from 1989, because Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Welcome to New York. It could just be a whole 1989 pack. But
Yeah,
that's what we have customs for.
I'm almost turned. Almost.
All I need is up.
All I need is a 360 guitar, and that's it.
Yes.
That's all I need.
Speaking of which, on the topic of customs, real quick, thank you to Sideshow for commenting about the Pump It custom last week. Your assistance was greatly appreciated, Nick. Thanks for your help. I'm sure Dave was very happy about that.
Yeah, I went online to try to find the charts, man. There's like one guy who played it on drums, and that's it. There's nobody who played it. So somebody who's played the Pump It chart, man. Somebody put up a full span chart. Come on, somebody can do it. I want to see it. I want to see that actually looks fun. I know the singing's fun. I know that the drums look fun, but I don't see the guitar. The bass would probably be fun.
Bet it does. Real quick to the last few. Heart, there's a few I'm thinking it is. It could be Crazy on You because the stems thing, they may not need full stems, but it could also be like how in Band Fuse it was a live version. Magic Man I would also really hope for because that's another song from Rock Revolution that was an cover, but it would be really good. Also, What About Love? Because that's 80s Heart. They've got a song, an 80s Heart song in Rock Band before, and it was in Guitar Hero Live, so there's that. And then I think either a song like All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You or These Dreams, because that was a sort of high-ish charting single, I suppose. There's a lot to choose from is what I'm saying.
There's quite a bit. It's good. It's a good thing, though. I mean,
it is. And then Winger, despite the lyrics being not the greatest in a song, 17, that solo at the end is going to hurt people's fingers. It is going to be the most brutal shredding we've had probably since Redneck or since Hook's solo.
Except that it'll be a custom guitar solo, so we'll all be fine.
No, that's if you play on freestyle solos. I'm saying the actual charted solo.
I know. I still play on freestyle solos because I think they're fun.
More power to you. I'm just glad it'll be another song from GH80s because we still need plenty. Well, not plenty more, but at least a few more from that disc.
From Roxy 80s, man, I'd buy that whole disc if they would release it in a pack.
Yeah, we're getting close to it.
Something exciting has spawned near me.
Somebody caught another Lapras. So that's it for the artist this month.
I've heard about 10 Poliwag spawns in the last 10 seconds, so I'm sure they're.
Jeez, I feel bad for all the people who haven't caught Pidgeys and Zubats yet.
Well, actually, down here there are very few Pidgeys and there are very few Zubats. It is mostly Poliwags, Psyducks, and Goldines.
That's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it's actually quite fun to come down here because it's a little bit different. Anyway, not going Pokemon.
Going Rock Band is more like it. I should have called the podcast that.
I should have called all the shows Going something, but I didn't think of it. It was a missed opportunity. Living Room Clutter is a good name, though.
It is. So if you want to tune into the Zippo 200 race and see if Eric Jones places so he gets to know everything ahead of time, it's going to be on, as of the recording of this podcast, this Saturday, August the 6th on CNBC. And none of the weeks are changing. None of the releases themselves are changing order, but we're just going to know when each one is coming out. So here's the thing, though. Oh, sorry.
Is he driving like the Rock Band car for Forza?
Yes, he is driving.
Oh,
No, he's not
sweet.
driving it for Forza, but the
Well,
car.
no, but I mean like the car that was in Forza, like the Rock Band 4 car.
No, I don't think it's that. It is a
Oh,
Toyota Camry.
oh wow. All right, Harmonix, take that Toyota sponsorship.
Well, it's Rock Band and GameStop, which
Next time we get a Toyota guitar and Rock Band, that's its next
I
shaped like a
actually would.
guitar.
I actually would kind of prefer a Toyota like a bass drum head.
Actually, those could be really
I
cool.
feel like that makes more sense, especially because car tires around,
Yeah.
drums around.
Actually, you could make it out of car tires. That would be really cool. It could be a car tire drum.
Maybe if one of the venues in an update next year is like an auto shop.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
That'd be funny. Have the model for that Camry jacked up on the hydraulic pump in the back.
Right, that way
as
that
like
model
an
was in
homage
a
to that moment. That's perfect.
That
Harmonix, you can pay us later.
yeah, that model would actually it would be good because then that model wouldn't completely go to waste.
I suppose it wouldn't. So now we actually get to this week's DLC, which I was fortunate enough to have good enough timing to get free codes for on Monday's stream.
I'm gonna play it tomorrow.
Mr.
Oh, man.
Jones, Mr.
Love Mr.
Jones,
Jones.
by Counting Crows.
Love Mr. Jones. Great song. I'm buying it tomorrow. I can't wait.
It was a custom, but I'm glad to see it actually come out. The guitar for it being 3-note chords is very fun, and it sounds like a fun song. Just if you don't know the song, you might want to practice up on it on vocals because, oh boy, it's tier 6 for a reason.
Oh man, I can't wait. I know all the words to that song, man.
Well, at least you know Adam Durst's favorite color now.
I know the vocals. I can't wait. I'm gonna let that joke go.
And then, speaking of jokes you're going to need to let go, the other song that came out this week was Blurred Lines.
I think you guys were ripping on this song in the group chat. I couldn't keep up with it at work, but it sounded like you guys are hating.
Fun at it. It's more like the lyrics about it and some of the social controversy surrounding it. As a Rock Band song, it's just okay. The vocals aren't too bad. I just keep thinking of Fat Albert now whenever I hear that song. Hey.
Josh, that might be Josh's first impression on this show yet.
And probably not the last. I think, although I have to say though, the drums on that are like when people say they don't exactly like playing drum machines in Rock Band. A song like that, I can see why, because it's pretty much almost the same beat for 3 minutes. And I mean, the version of the song itself, they cut out T.I.'s rap, but that's understandable because that's probably the version that they got from the record label to begin with. So they had to work with what they were given.
Really? They took out the rap?
Yep. Oh, and also, you the hottest pot in this place. Yes.
They took that out?
Oh no, that's what he says. That's what they say.
Wait,
you're the hottest pot in this place.
Why
I heard it myself.
Why is it pot?
Because I don't know. Robin Thicke must really love cooking-ware. Or maybe it's a slightly less blatant drug reference. I don't know. It's rated T for teen.
It's like when they cut out God and not damn. I don't quite understand it.
Well, again, sometimes they'll cut one out but not the other. Sometimes they cut both out. Sometimes they leave both in.
Yeah, come on.
This isn't grammar school, though.
Consistency, Harmonix, it's key. Like a podcast, consistency is key.
You know what? I'm just convinced that it going up late on Friday was a one-time thing because I missed theirs earlier today, but apparently Mudry got an order of mozzarella sticks delivered to or ordered for him. Someone actually ordered mozzarella sticks for the office.
It was good to hear that show again, though.
It is.
I listened to it. I was happy to see it again. Chewy's making an audio cameo.
Yeah, I mean the streams. I really do like the Twitch streams. It was just Mondays was kind of a bittersweet one because for those of you that don't know, Christine, who was the social media head, or the social media lead in Harmonix, it was her last week as of the recording of this podcast. So
wait, so the one who hosted the show?
One of them in terms of hosting the podcast, but she's been there since like 2008, and I
Okay.
mean, I've said it several times. I wish her the best. It's just it is a little bit heartbreaking to see another one of the quote unquote old guard sort of leaving for bigger and
Yeah,
better things.
look, I love everybody at Harmonix as much as we tease them for the things, but like when the people who've been there the longest start leaving, it makes me a little bit worried. Although, here's the positive in this, and this isn't the first time this happens. I don't know what's popping up on my screen.
They can't see your face.
Anyway, something about living room clutter. Um,
And you're
I
back.
don't know. I said living room clutter or something. I don't know. Anyway,
The magic words. You unlocked your phone.
um, no, when somebody who's been at Harmonix for so long leaves, the positive here is that maybe they go on to do something else, and if we follow them, we get to see their other projects, and maybe they make something else amazing. And Harmonix splitting up. I mean, we've seen so many people come and go since Rock Band 4 and Harmonix. A lot of these people, and if you're listening to the podcast, like even they said it, where the people who were worked on Rock Band 4 were Rock Band fans before they made video games. Like they were playing Rock Band before they were making Rock Band.
But
Like
then again,
as
that's
fans.
actually an interesting sign because it's like, they are hiring for a community manager, and I may or may not have submitted a resume for that position. Maybe.
Josh, you better stay on this show if you did.
You know, I'm in my mid 20s. I don't know how much experience that this podcast and my experience with the forums counts for anything, but like I figured it's worth a shot, right?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I would apply if I could get up and run away and move there.
I
And
mean, there's been some great people from the community. I mean, there's two examples I can think of right now that one of them's actually doing QA stuff right now, but there's a people that have been in the Rock Band community and were able to then work their way up to working at Harmonix for a time.
I would love to do almost anything at Harmonix. I could be the intern who answered tweets, and I still feel like I'm contributing to what Rock Band is. And Rock Band is my favorite video game in the world, other than Pokemon Go.
I imagine in 3 or 4 years after Pokemon Go's fallen out of
I'll
existence,
still
you'll still be
I'll
doing going Pokemon.
I'll still yeah, and I'll still yeah. Pokemon will fall out of existence again, and I'll start a show 5 years later and keep going with it anyway.
Pokemon
Regardless.
Go 4K edition for like the PS5 and Xbox Two.
Yeah, no, but truthfully, like I love Rock Band, and if I could contribute to the creation of Rock Band in any way, I would love to. And I feel like I have with the road crew and things, like not as much as I'd like to do, but
I actually
this
mentioned
show
that in
this
the email.
this show is a love letter for Harmonix as much as we rip on the game. I mean, it truly is, and they should realize that. So once again, love Rock Band and Pokemon Go.
So, in terms of the DLC for this week, definitely get Mr. Jones. If you like blurred lines, that's fine.
I'm
Not
getting both.
against
Getting
you.
both.
I mean, I got both for free, so I saved enough. I saved a bit of money for another week. I'm gonna see though if I can keep watching the live streams on Mondays for a little bit, so maybe I can keep using my fast fingers. But that pretty much does it for Rock Band news this week. Moving on to Guitar Hero Live news. Aside from Freestyle Games hinting that there's some big things in the pipeline, which, considering there's been a lot of radio silence aside from plugging premium shows for the last few months, my guess is either they were listening to our past episodes when we were joking about Drum Hero Live not being a thing, and it might be a real thing, or it's a really, really, really big update that they just haven't been hinting at all because they really want to surprise people in the community. Because again, the game hasn't really done much since the spring, and here we are now in August. And anyways, the premium show for this week. This is Guitar Hero Classics Volume 2. We
I
have
love this. This is what they should have done week one.
Here's the thing, though. One of the artists in this show, it's not the song you would think it would be. But anyways, we've got Three Doors Down with Kryptonite, which was in Guitar Hero 5. That's not a bad beginner expert song.
That's not a bad song in general. That's a good song.
Alice in Chains with No Excuses, which is a great it's got a lot of chords, but the solo's pretty fun, and the little lick that Jerry Cantrell does in the chorus. And the last song is actually a really good get for Guitar Hero. At first, I thought that because it was Guitar Hero Classics, oh, it's going to be Float On. And I forgot Float On was already in this game months ago. That's how much I've forgotten about Guitar Hero Live.
I haven't played Guitar Hero Live in months.
I know. It turned out actually to be Ocean Breathes Salty, which is from the same album as Float On, but it's a good song. And I'm hoping that if Rock Band can get a Modest Mouse pack, that it can be that song, maybe Lampshades on Fire from Strangers to Ourselves. And I don't know, that one song that Rocksmith, I think, might have gone, or even Power Gig got, a little something called Dashboard, perhaps.
Which Guitar Hero was that song in? I don't remember.
Modern Hits.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's that one. I mean, I guess it's like the Meatloaf song. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, Modest Mouse were in a Guitar Hero game, but it's like that song was never in a Guitar Hero. That's kind of why I'm like, maybe save that Modest Mouse song for, a different premium show.
Right.
But I guess that and the possible new news is better than nothing. So that's it for Guitar Hero.
Drum Hero Live confirmed.
Well, again, there's still that whole mystery about were there actual drum tracks, or are they going to acknowledge that at all?
Maybe it was just in test. It could have been just in testing.
Yeah, well, because that's the interesting thing. If it does turn out to be like another live mode for the disc, where you just have focus, where you're the drummer, how are they going to be if they pick like a more technical song? There's no way that someone can pretend to do like really like precise rolls or syncopation. I mean, I've been playing drums for about 7 years. I think I've played enough rhythm games to know when an avatar is pretending to play something and whether there's actual fluid animations going on. And with
maybe you won't see the drums. Like the drums are in front of you, but you're seeing right over the top of the drums, the way you are the fake drums in your living room.
Well, I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, it feels, I don't know. It's like I can understand with guitar because that gives them an excuse to pan the camera around, but the drums are a very stationary instrument. Like you can't move anywhere. So how are they going to get around that?
Well, let's remember that the live mode really wasn't what mattered in Guitar Hero Live.
So that means that because there's going to be drum tracks only, we can get stuff like Between the Buried and Me, The Dillinger Escape Plan, maybe some more Rush, actual complex things for drums.
They'll all be in TV mode. My real question is, this is a real thing. It's like, what would they do to change the way the drums work? Because the way the new guitar is super cool. But like the question is, what would they do to change the drums to make it a different kind of mode and a different kind of game?
Maybe
that's my real question.
Rock Revolution, and have
that's a terrible idea.
Well, I either that or actually do like Expert Plus properly with Pro mode. So you have the drum set with the standard snare, toms, floor tom, and then the hi-hats, and then the crashes and ride, and then you actually have separate left and right bass pedal, like indicated in the note track, as to it knows which foot you're hitting the kick pedal.
That the hi-hat pedals, like it stays highlighted the way like it should if the hi-hat's down.
Or there's a different hi-hat note to indicate whether you should open it or close it. Whereas Rock Band would normally either have it, sometimes they keep the open hi-hat on yellow, other times they switch it to blue most of the time anyways. So if they could do something like that for, I mean, again, that's just like if Expert Plus and Pro Drums fused, that would be what I would kind of like to see Rock Band look at. I mean, I know there's been demos of like 4X, like really, really fast kick pedal customs just on drums because that's how fast people play. But it's a pipe dream.
I'm still waiting. I'm counting on it.
So is he still waiting for something to stop escaping?
All right. Rocksmith DLC, anything cool?
Oh yeah, actually, this week's DLC is pretty neat. It's it's Variety Song Pack 3, but there are some really good songs in here. At least in my opinion, anyways. First off, we have Chelsea Dagger. Yes, that Chelsea Dagger. Yes, that Chelsea
Have a
Dagger.
wonderful week.
Yes, that Chelsea Dagger. The one that the Blackhawks always play in every game that people hate now for some reason. Yes, that one. You know the one that needs to be in a full band rhythm game? Rock band. It's not a bad guitar part from what I saw on Riff Repeater's channel. It's a fun song. I mean, I played it in Modern Hits, and even though it's got like the quick little sounds like ba ba da 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 da. That rhythm's always fun.
Oh,
Next up we have Joe Satriani. Always with me, always with you. It was fun yet really ridiculously crazy in Guitar Hero Live because of the button setup. Here, it actually looks like if you know how to play a real guitar, it might seem the tapping stuff might seem a little easier because that is a great sounding song. It
awesome.
really is, and I'm hoping that that song also comes to Rock Band sometime soon because even though there wouldn't be vocals and there wouldn't be a lot of drums and there wouldn't be a ton of bass, it would be like one of the first real true guitar fun songs in a while, and only
Oh, that's.
guitar.
I mean, that's kind of why it belongs in Rocksmith in general, though. Like
Yeah, no, I can see
that is.
why it caters to that audience because with Rock Band, it is mostly about vocals and about a band experience. Because the last time they put out an instrumental was what, Frankenstein, like 2012, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really don't see any instrumentals coming back to Rock Band unless it's something really highly requested or something that really seems to have enough going on with the rest of the instruments to warrant getting a
a
release.
song without vocals, right?
Yeah, that's their bread and
It, it,
butter.
it's a hard and push. Look. If we were talking Rock Band 2 or even Rock Band 1 DLC, maybe I'd consider that more. But Rock Band 4 has been so reliant on vocal tracks that that's the case. That's what we're getting. We're getting vocal heavy songs, and if they add some instrumental songs, that'd be great. But I really don't see it anytime soon, and it's a shame. But that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into that after we do all the listener feedback. I'm gonna get that up, but at the same time, go through the other songs here. So the other one we had was Pantera, 5 Minutes Alone, which that's a nice riff. I mean, in terms of other Pantera songs, it's not a bad choice. I mean, I'm Broken. I hope to see in the next Pantera pack with stuff like, uh, I don't know, The Art of Shredding, uh, Primal Concrete Sledge. I have no idea if that is in Rocksmith, but a lot of stuff off Cowboys from Hell actually, and even Vulgar Display of Power. There's some good, just groovy metal. It's like that swing mixed with metal thing that I've seen people bring up about Pantera before. That's
Yeah,
fun. And then the last song for Rocksmith this week is "Blue Collar Man Long Nights" by Styx, and it's since they used MP3s, it's the original version.
cool.
Cool. So yeah, if you play real guitar, pick it up.
Yeah,
We don't really play it.
if you're good at Rocksmith, good for you. I have friends who play Rocksmith. They don't play Rock Band with me anymore because they're too cool to play Rock Band because they play Rocksmith. So, I mean, if it's something you do, good for you. I'm happy. I like this stuff. Look at rhythm gaming licenses across the board mean good things for Rock Band.
Too cool for school. Let me see
Yeah,
here.
they're too cool for 5-button classic guitars.
All right, I have that one.
They're in a real band.
Real band. Yeah, it's funny that because it's like Sid puts up the podcast on his channel and it's also up on yours, so it's like it's twice the videos to have to look up, but there's probably only going to be.
That's because Sid's being lazy on us. No, I'm just kidding. Sid's not here, and Sid's also putting up the competition on his YouTube channel.
I see.
Yeah, so make sure you don't
one.
click on the official Rock Band podcast.
The official one. Yeah. No, but so listen to the podcast. But
No, actually, if you guys enjoy listening to us, you should also listen to Hermione.
yes, they tell some great stories. But make sure to leave a comment saying that you were sent by Living Room Clutter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tell them it's Living Room Clutter Master Race. Just kidding.
We got to start a Twitter beef. That's how all the real celebrities get big these days.
Well, that's how we got in Road Crew. It was our audience of this show tweeting at Rock Band and at Harmonics to let Sid and I be in the Road Crew. So
Yeah.
we love you guys and love the Harmonics podcast and Harmonics and all their things. So I'm not endorsed by Harmonics, I swear. They just gave me a band kit a year ago.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about whether to, at some point next month or before Rivals comes out, just like pre-order the Jaguar bundle on Amazon.com or something to
I'm
get
kind
those
of
two extra songs, or just wait a week or two and get
yeah,
them.
I'm with you too. Like I'm getting a Road Crew code, but I'm like, well, I could also like I can get the guitar and I'll get 2 codes and
Or
somebody
you could wait until they stream some of the new DLC, and if they decide to give away codes for those Amazon exclusive songs, hope you get lucky enough to redeem them in time, and then you don't have to spend anything extra.
you're the one who would get that.
Like I would, but I don't know. It's like I like 3 a.m., but one more night I'm kind of iffy on. But we don't have a ton of listener feedback, and we're actually doing really good for time, so we can ramble on about Rock Band or customs a bit more.
Or Pokemon. I'm just kidding.
Or Pokemon. I have some weird stories about stuff, but it mostly involves location spoofing. Which, full disclaimer, don't location spoof just to try and be better than everybody else. Do it because you want to try and see if region exclusive Pokemon are a thing, which it
Yeah.
seems like they might be. But
Yeah, that's the only reason I location spoof.
I don't play for the same. I'm on Team Mystic, but at the same time I'm not really on a team per se. Yeah.
Golf cart, follow your instincts.
I'm not really adding any Pokemons to gyms or anything. I'm just trying to catch everything. So
No, I'm trying to complete the Pokedex, and I put things in gyms to collect my 10 coins every day, but that's it.
basically,
I'm not playing competitively, I guess.
so that
Got to
does it
catch them
for
all.
this week's rhythm game news. Got to play them all. And listener feedback. So from Dave's channel, of course,
I'm
we
gonna
mentioned.
I'm gonna be streaming on my YouTube channel, the Dayspace YouTube channel, the DLC probably tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out on my Twitter for that.
If you still haven't bought the songs or you want to see some charts, go check that out. And maybe
Yeah.
Dave will sight read FC Mr. Jones.
If the audience, usually they put the comments in the night of, but this is gonna go up kind of late. If you guys want me to sing Mr. Jones, which I think I know all the words to, put a comment. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll sing it.
And
It probably won't
they're
be
gonna
good.
hold you to that, though. They're gonna hold you to that.
It won't be good, but I'll do it.
Excuse me. All right. So yeah, we got Sideshow, who of course told Dave where to find the Pump It custom. We already thanked him for that. Chris Walker, lol is poop music, not pop. Haha. I can't wait to play with you guys on guitar or bass. I can play, be a substitute on drums for PS4, and screw My Chemical Romance for playing with our emotions. That I'm not sure in what that's in relation to.
I don't know either, but okay.
Then we have Andrew Queeken. It's Living Room Clutter 62, not 82. If it was 82, Rivals would have been out and we would have gone online.
This
I
is
actually think by the time October rolls around, we'll only be in like, I want to say 75 or 6. We won't even be in the 80s by that
well,
point.
yeah, but we by the time we got to 82, Rivals would have been long out. That's I guess what he's saying. I made a typo. I put 82, which
This
is funny.
episode is 62, but I'm going to probably edit it to say 63 to update it. So yes, you were correct.
Yeah, it was my fault.
We're not good
Okay.
at grammar sometimes. Don't hate us. And then we had Corey Bernier. I want to play on PS4 with the best podcaster.
Who's that?
Is that me? Is that Sid? Is that Keith? Is that you, Dave?
It's not me. We know it's not me.
I don't know. You're the one that that technically runs the show most of the time. So Corey, maybe you need to get it, Dave. And then we have Alien Myth. Well, this is the oldest one. I didn't sort by newest on yours. Keith's best LRC member. I don't know. I like to think we're all the best equally because that's how common sense works. But if you want to like Keith more, Alien Myth, you go right ahead.
I mean, he's got no hair. He's not here this week. I don't know, man. I'll let Keith be the best,
And
but
then
he's not gonna be the very best that there
that
ever
no one ever
was.
was. Because to play them is his real test. To practice is his cause.
He doesn't actually like Pokemon Go, so.
Then the only actual comment, well, Sid replied to this guy, but the only comment from Sid's channel is by a guy by the name of J Milla Potato. Going from the Rock Band forums to this podcast is like seeing a bunch of pit bulls barking incoherently. Then you turn around and see normal people having logical and coherent conversation about this music games.
I thought when you started reading that, I didn't read this comment earlier. I thought he was about to rip on us.
No, I'm like,
He's
Sid was
calling
like,
the forums dogs and calling us civilized rock band
see, the
discussion people.
forums
Thank
is
you.
actually a really, really good place to have
Oh yeah.
conversation about everything. Even the less rock, more talk section is great.
Conversations we're having on this show are based on things we see on the forums, whether you guys
Yeah.
realize it or not. Sometimes when we're hurting on news and stuff, like we'll pull things from the forum conversation. So I mean, like, the forums are important, like they definitely are. but we do try to keep it more civil, I think, over here than the forums. But we also try to be a family friendly show, except that I use the words God and damn in the same sentence.
And arms race. Remember, Fall Out Boy is one of the most requested artists in the game.
I like Fall Out Boy songs. They're always fun.
Yeah, we just need, more from 2003 Fall Out Boy, and not necessarily more from 2015 Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that is absolutely 100% agreed.
They've proven they are not afraid of ghosts, and that we'll remember them for years and years and years, but I need to be able to tell that guy that he made my list, or I don't know, be homesick at space camp,
You've got so many more song references than I do ever.
I know.
And it blows my mind.
Living in Clutter Rivals, even more puns edition.
Thanks to Josh, JC Lexicon on Twitter.
Yep, I've put our Twitters in the description, and you can also check us out at LRC Band on Twitter. I would say check out Sid's channel, but I have no idea if he's going to do anything else this week. He probably will. And
livingroomclutter@gmail.com. I don't know what Sid's doing this week, man. He's just go over to Guns N' Roses news. That's where he's at.
Or that, yeah. If you really want to follow this Guns N' Roses thing that's happening.
Yeah, if you like Guns N' Roses, or if you like Pokemon, go listen to Going Pokemon on the Dayspace YouTube channel and at dayspace.com.
And I'm trying to think of other clever
ways
to end this.
Do we got anything else? Is that it?
I think that's it. But
thank you to everybody for listening.
All 2 viewers. Again, this is my first time actually really doing any Google Plus Hangouts, so I hope it went well. And if you thought it went well, comment. And so maybe I can start hosting the show here a bit more often on my end, so that way in case Dave and Sid are a bit pressed for time, they can still at least do the show with me, because it's honestly, it was a real relief to be able to get this started, because I personally wasn't sure myself. So all you fellow podcasters out there, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, Josh, and you did an incredible job by getting this up, and I was out here, and I was like, I messaged you guys. I'm like, Sid's gonna be here, right? Because I can't do the hangout from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, I can't set it up. Although there is Wi-Fi down here. There is Wi-Fi down here, so I may do Going Pokemon down here at some point.
I had a crazy idea. What if in the future Harmonix and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame team up for like a special promotion?
Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Either they do a live stream from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you can somehow finagle your way to be in it.
Or I'll get in. Trust me.
I'll release of like select Rock and Roll Hall of Fame artists that we've never gotten in any franchise of rhythm games before.
Josh will get me in there. I know it. Harmonix Josh will get me in. I guarantee it. No, just kidding. Not putting pressure. No pressure.
If you were to work at Harmonix, would you just have your handle be HMX Dace?
If I could get at Dave HMX, I would, but I probably can't.
I'd like mine to be HMX JC, because obviously now that there's a Josh working there, I can't be Harmonix Josh, but Harmonix JC is pretty much what I go by on most other things.
Why are you rivals.exe on Twitter right now?
It's a joke thing, because people on Twitter like to change what their like things surrounding their names are. And it was around when Rivals was being announced because, like Sonic.exe, other
Yeah,
things.exe.
that's what I thought it was, but I was like, okay, Josh, I'm not sure why you did this, but okay. All right,
Uh,
I guess I kind of understood it.
hey, it's all about living life in the fast lane. Plug the title. Excellent. I'm doing my job.
Living
But
life in the fast lane. Living Room Clutter, episode 63, brought to you in part by the Dayspace Podcast Network. To support our show, go over to dayspace.com, click on Living Room Clutter, and we'll see you guys next week for another thrilling episode about rhythm gaming, Guitar Hero, Rock Band, and Drum Hero Live.
where
Bye,
perhaps Sid and
guys.
Keith will join us, and we will have to go through the DLC predictions again. But thank you guys for joining us. You guys have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next week.